skin show, baby, turn it up, make it work. One more time, you know how it goes, baby, shake your hips, drop it low, move around, let your skin show, baby, turn it up, make it work. One more time, you know how it goes, baby, shake your hips, drop it low, move around, let your skin show, baby, turn it up, make it work. One more time, you know how it goes, baby, shake your hips, drop it low, move around, let your skin show, baby, turn it up. You know how it goes, baby, turn it up, 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 turn it up. You know how it goes, baby, turn it up. You got to.
Wake up kicking myself, exhale cause I heard it helps, but same old way I felt, resting on my shoulders, cold night in a sleepless space, white eyes with a glaze of red. I'm going round and round, it won't let me out. Sing when I swim, I'm drowning in. I sing when I swim from the pressure in my. When I swim, I'm drowning in. I sing when I swim from the pressure.
But ISH just seems like they have that pub stomp where they're gonna run you down kind of team comp, while the Tanukis have we're gonna play it lane by lane.
Wait, do we have audio? Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, they're this. What Flaming Tanuki's draft is definitely a very run it down, in your face, aggressive kind of composition that gets better as the game goes farther. But even on the other side of H, their late game is very strong as well between Bakasura, Hercules, and
And
Baba Yaga. Like, it's
Mm.
so strong.
There's just so many things they can end up doing here with this team comp, and I'm interested to see how the ISH is going to be doing it. Same for the Flaming Tanukis. They have relatively close to the same kind of pub stompy late game, mid game, early game kind of team comp here between each of their different character classes.
Yeah, Susano for the Snookies is gonna have to be their bridge as they get to the later points of the game where Marticorus and Yu Huang are gonna be able to just do whatever they want. Um, the biggest problem on the side of Tanukis, I think, will be the stat list, not the how do I say, not the greatest god in the world when it comes to peeling. So I mean, as long as Brit and Obama are able to position themselves correctly, they should be just fine. But if not, because I know Obama tends to run things down, or as soon as he gets a lead, if that happens and he starts getting focused out, it's going to be hard for him to stay alive.
I guess we'll have to see as soon as this game gets underway. Definitely going to be an interesting matchup here. Another thing I'm interested to see is, while this Bakasur be building crit, I do know that it is primarily still that one item that he's going to be going. I'm just not sure how effective it will be. I haven't had a chance to play him as much.
We were talking about it yesterday during yesterday's stream. Bakasur is a very flexible god in his builds. He can go either option, the penetration attack speed, or just straight up crit route. I think as of right now, in my opinion, I think the penetration attack speed build is definitely the better option for him. But that's not to say crit is it's bad on him or anything. It's just that with the nerfs to the crit, I think it's still worth going to the attack speed build.
I can definitely see that. What's the build exactly though?
Which one? For the
yeah, I haven't seen it yet.
It's either Jungle Total Blade, Serrated, Bloodforge, Kins, and I believe Xe, if I remember. Not in that order, but
so essentially, basically what he's been building, just with Xe and Kins for the last couple seasons before crit became better.
Yeah, for the most part. I'm fairly certain that's the attack speed build. I don't know if it's changed recently, but yeah, we see both these supports getting pretty pushed out pretty hard here. Are he? No. Look at these builds so far. I mean, I think everything's pretty standard so far. The only thing I kind of question is Ymir looks like he's going down the prophetic route. Not the greatest god in the world at stacking it. Does have trouble getting up close, basically for free. He can get punished very easily if he steps up too far trying to get a stack. Oh, we see first blood going over to the Flaming Tanukis. Very good game coming in from Blessed Cactus. And like I said earlier, onto this Ymir. Very susceptible to die. It was very easy to lock down. Yeah, after that first pickup onto the Ymir, I mean, first blood went to the Atlas. Not the the best god to get it on. You really don't want your first blood going to your support, but I mean, anything to get a lead at this point. And it's being shown by the Tanukis having about a 300 gold lead. It's not the biggest bounty, but it's pretty good for the start of the game for them. And looks like both teams just going right back to farming.
Yep, definitely looks like an interesting start here with Flaming Tanuki's taking that first blood. Wrong is super low in the mid lane here, but Baka doesn't seem to be interested in it at all. Just farming up like every Baka should.
Ibaka's so effective at farming. I mean, as soon as he gets his Golden Blade online, he's gonna be looking for invade pretty much all the time. I really want to see him put more of a presence on his solo lane towards his blue buff.
Just seeing across and everyone's going towards their buffs and focusing on the farming here in the early game after that first blood being taken by the Tanukis.
Yeah, we're just going right back to farming. Everybody's, grabbing their camps, their respective camps, and just a whole lot of nothing going on right now.
Looking here at the builds, like you said, Ymir is going to have a lot of trouble getting that prophetic cloak stacked there because he has to get close into that range to be able to hit anything, while Atlas can just throw his one and walk away every time.
Yeah, I think Atlas might be the best god in the game at stacking prophetic. He does so easily. Massive AoE circle on the one. Even the pull is super easy to land as well.
And he just doesn't have to care about it either. Just toss the one, walk away. They'll be standing in it for a hot second. We do have Bakasura getting killed here by Sano by the 2-0. Another kill for the Flaming Tanukis. That is going to be painful for the Ice Age to come into this game.
Yeah, it's just a big kill early, especially it kills on Bakasura. Anything that set this god behind and don't let him snowball with this farming. I mean, yeah, just accidentally played by Cactus.
What's even worse is it was for that Susano. You have a fight coming on over in this dual lane, but as I was saying, Susano getting fed in the early game just makes it more tragic for anyone in this game. Because he does not fall off in any phase of the game unless you can just zone him out.
And notably, he is going down the Transcendence route, which, you're building Transcendence, you're not usually looking to get active until you have a stat. Wait, was that a solo kill?
That was a solo kill for Hercules there.
That's just Hercules
killing
damage.
Kingston.
Got the Golden Blade done and just ran at Kingston, and there wasn't a whole lot Kingston could do, it seems like.
Herc's passive just does Herc things. It assists and just giving him that extra slap. We do have Baka getting ganked here and coming into the jungle. Baka ult goes down. Susano's going to narrowly escape. Ymir is trying to cover up. They're hoping to probably get something else out of this, taking that green buff. Susano barely made it out of there.
Yeah, these early game 1v1s are definitely gonna favor Bakasura more than
Marty is getting collapsed on over here in the dual lane as well. Ymir freeze down. Ymir wall. Marty ult. It looks like he might get out of there alive as well.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier with the Marticarus.
What was that?
I was saying that's what I was talking about earlier with the Marticarus. How hard he is to lock down. He just presses forward, goes into the death from above, and just you can't do anything about it, and he still does a lot of damage back at you.
The Ymir pick, I don't like as much as their Odin pick, simply because they picked the Marticarus, like you had said, who can easily get out of that Ymir wall, as well as the self-banish coming from Yu Huang, which can also get over that Ymir wall as well.
Notably though, if Obama does want to get out over that wall, he does have the ult, which is a huge part of the safety coming in from Marticarus.
But coming to that late game, it'll be extremely difficult for him to lock down that Marty.
Yeah.
Because he is going ability based on this Marty, correct? Ooh, he does have that Devos instead.
No, he's not. He's doing the attack speed build. Interesting. You don't really see that on Marticarus all that much. Interesting build pathing for him.
Yeah. I'm interested to see if he's going to go fully down that path, or if he's going to try to build a little bit more power for his abilities as well.
I mean, if you're building, if you're going the Leather Cow and the Dev Gauntlets, you're definitely sticking with that, that attack speed build.
We have Marty just doing Marty things over in the dual lane, terrorizing this poor Rama. Notably, the Rama should be out clearing the Marty early game. but just the amount of pressure the Marty can give makes it a little bit harder to be able to get those autos out from that Astral.
Yeah, Martin's damage has nothing to sneeze at either. He hits very hard from fairly early in the game as well. Not a god you really want to try and 1v1 against.
You have Ymir wall coming in big. Ymir frees Susano pull and ult is down. Baba ult down as well. No one is going to be dying here today though.
A whole lot of ults came out. The home sweet home, the typhoon, and everything landed. Just not enough damage from either of these teams yet to just cleanly kill somebody with them.
We have Baka still looking here for something. He decides to opt for this green buff, but that might not be a good idea with Susano coming up behind. He misses the 3 and goes down to Bakasura ult with Yuhong trying to clean up a little bit. Yuhong gets frozen. Self-banish now from Yuhong. Atlas ult. Baka is running away with Baba staying behind. And that seems to be the end of that fight with 1 kill going in favor of Ice Age. Now 2-2. 8 minutes into this game. With Ice Age taking that gold lead.
It was actually just really heads up from Raptor in that mid fight. When everybody was dumping their ultimates, he just held onto it. Decided to be patient, knew they weren't going to get a kill, and then he was able to turn onto Underclass and just get the kill. Or sorry, not Underclass, my bad. Bless Cactus and get the kill on Susano. Has a relatively poor matchup into Bakasura overall.
Definitely a really good plan to have there. He played that extremely well, while Susano did not. Missing that 3 probably would not have saved him at all. But if he was a little bit quicker, he might have gotten out of that Bakasura ult as well.
Regardless, Raptor comes up with a kill, and pretty much, this game is relatively even all across the board, except for the solo lane, where it's a pretty healthy 2-level lead.
Herc's just doing Herc things over here, proxying waves, it looks like.
No mana for Kingston. It's really rough for an Odin trying to fight with no mana. Some gods can do it, like Hercules, just run at them. Wow.
Typhoon down again, and Rama's narrowly gonna escape that. Marty doesn't seem to want it. Seems like he wanted to dive that there.
That way he does get the beats out though, which gonna make this next gank on this Rama very relatively easy.
Starting to see just that amount of pressure that Bakasura can put in the early game, being able to hyper farm. He also got that kill off the Susano as well, putting him even further ahead. He's now 2 level. Oh no, that's someone else. He's now 1 level ahead. Probably nearing that 2 level mark as well.
Yeah, we see the leads continuing to climb. We see Tank over here onto Jaeger. The cage comes down. Great push. Great boulder.
Kill on Susano. Trying to chase down the Zodin, but he's not going to be successful. 3 level difference, and they tried to gank the Hercules, and he just was not having it there. And we just see Bakasura incredibly hard lockdown on that Herc, just knocking them back and bouldering. And all we see is Bakasura constantly taking as many camps as he can from his enemy Susano, not giving him any chance to farm at all, putting him even further behind. It's going to be extremely difficult for the Susano to come back into this game at all at this point.
Yeah, we're 11 minutes in this game. The gold lead's roughly 3k, or sorry, about 2,000. I can't remember. It's 2,000. About 2,000 gold lead in the side of Ice Age. At this point, at this early in the game, that big lead is kind of crazy. And Tanukis have to step their farm up, and if they want to have a chance in this as the game continues on.
If I'm the Tanukis here, I would try to play it safe in the lanes that have not fallen behind, while also trying to force out ults and beads, any actives or abilities that I can get to help situate a good fight in the next situation. We do have Atlas going a little deep here, getting poked out by Ymir, or maybe vice versa. Looks like they're just trying to build their prophetic stacks.
Yeah. They'll support 1v1 for stacks.
Whoever gets the most stacks wins.
Honestly, yeah. Might as well just call it a game there. Surprisingly though, oh, actually, I lied. No, yeah, these stacks are about right. Ymir does have 1 more stack But I mean, that's not the end of the world. It's a single stack.
And just as I expected, the Bakasur is going Bladed Boomerang here, opting to go that crit build, just to help further that lead and increase his massive damage output in that early game as well. 20% attack speed, crit chance, and 40 physical power. He's going to be hitting like a truck, and they're able to burn down this Pyro, and probably be able to rotate to that Gold Fury after they back as well. We do have Susano looking at Herc, but opts to back up.
Yeah, if that attempted fight onto the Hercules was any indication earlier, I don't think Blessed wants to go anywhere near Jaeger right now.
Jaeger is level 15 currently, 5 levels above his Susano. We have a little fight going on in dual lane here. Does look like Ymir's gonna end up going down here, but he is a really tanky man. But he does go down the Yuhong ultimate there, taking Typhoon as well as the dueling dragons.
Yeah, and again, that's just the problem with Ymir. Steps up too far. Again, just trying to fish for stacks, but ends up paying with it for with his life. And this should be a Gold Fury now for the Tanukis.
Should be that is definitely gonna be a free Gold Fury going for the Tanukis. Baba, that is Baba, extremely low. Drops Sweet Home down, but gets Odin caged out.
What a great cage.
Flaming Tanukis takes it. Bakasur blink ults in and takes Cactus out. Manticore is ult down, does not secure any kills. We have the Atlas super low, as well as Baba being, no, that's Rama, half HP almost. And they opt to just back out of the fight here.
They lose on Gold Fury, but they do get a kill for it. I mean, it's not the worst shit ever for for Ice Age or Tanukis. Admittedly, though, losing your jungler there is a bit rough, especially when he's already 2 levels down. But Raptor realizing he can just go in and kill him real quick and get out just fine.
That link ult from that Bakasur was kind of unexpected on my part, but a very good play coming out of him.
Somebody get a solo kill here.
And Marty ends up soloing the Rama as well. I wish I could see the names.
That was no. Obama got the solo kill on Seth. I mean,
it looked like it was the other way around on my screen.
Just the Martigerous damage, so much.
Seth does go down to Obama there. That Marty damage is extremely strong coming into this mid game. He's able to just build up his tick poison from his autos as well as just, what is it, 1-2? And just instantly delete your HP.
Yeah, for some reason Martigerous has like 8 different passives.
Just like Ramana ult.
Yeah, just like Ramana ult.
Speaking of bloated abilities.
Go back and slow down. I mean, if you're Tanukis, you really have to try to slow this game down. It's starting to reach a point where it's going to be hard to come back from. You're down 3 levels in solo, you're down a level in duo, or in solo, excuse me. You're down 2 levels in the jungle. This is going to be a hard one for them to come back from.
2 levels for the support as well. There's just a level deficit in 3 different roles here, and it's not looking good in terms of the Tanukis being also about 2,000 gold behind. But they are even in kills and objectives.
Yeah, despite the amount of pressure that's being put on them, I mean, the Tanukis are doing relatively fine when it comes to their farming. All things considered as far as objectives go and kills.
I'm pretty sure the gold deficit will mostly come from that solo and the jungle role, with Herc just getting free farm in that lane as well as Bakasura just being Bakasura.
Yeah, 6,000 experience lead. Pretty sure all of that is on Jaeger for the most part.
He has just hit level 17. Susana blinks in. Atlas ult down, Typhoon down, but he's not going to secure that kill on Baba Yaga. I don't even think she used beads there. She narrowly escapes that, thanks to that freeze. But Atlas might go down here as well. We do have Rama rotating in, and that's going to be a dead Atlas. They might be able to look to set up fire, but we have Odin coming in, narrowly missing the Baba Yaga, dropping Odin cage. Home Sweet Home is down. Odin gets launched into the tower. Baba Yaga goes down.
Victory Dragons.
Odin. Herc knocks out. I can't speak anymore.
It looks like they still. It looks like Ice Age still wants more, even with the Raptor being so low.
I'm expecting more to happen. It's not happening. I'm at a loss for words. We have Herc coming in with that teleport ruin, dashing into you wrong, but he's gonna end up escaping that. I kind of did not see that coming.
Yeah, I mean that was a great engagement from Kingston. He stepped up a bit too far. I think he hit some tower shots as well, and it ends up being a 1-for-1 instead of just what should have been a clean kill on Arc.
He ended up getting knocked into that tower from the home sweet home.
Oh, was that what it was? I didn't even see that.
And then he got body blocked by the Bastion as well.
That is unfortunate. That's
Extremely
tragic.
unfortunate. I've had it happen to me plenty of times, so I know how it looks. Betrayed by your own Bastions.
I always forget about the knockup on Home Sweet Home.
A lot of people do because most of the time I don't really see used as often. People use it more as just to be able to get their ult off for the damage instead of that knockup.
It's also a relatively new thing that they added. I think they added it like late last year. That's not something she's always had in her kit, as far as I'm aware.
I feel like it is something she's always had. I just can't remember. I had never played Baba Yaga on her first release, so I can't really tell you. Here we have the player damage. The Rama and the Marty is taking the lead on both teams, with Susano and Yu Huang falling a little further behind. Going all the way down to the Ymir at the very bottom.
Nah, that's where you expect to see your support for the most part. If your support's bottom of the damage rush, that's perfectly fine.
Herc is looking to fight here. He wants somebody. Narrowly misses the pluck Yu Huang has to banish that there. And it looks like they might be setting up for this Gold Fury.
Hey, you know Kingston's on the other side of the map. He has to teleport over. I mean, he does have the upgraded teleport, so he can't get over here basically whenever. We see him pick it up right now.
Golden Dragon should still be down for another 10 seconds, but Typhoon should be back up for this. We have Bakasura diving in deep. ISH secures that Gold Fury. Bakasura ult goes down on Susano. Susano's running away. Martasaurus is being low on left as well. Odin narrowly saves Susano. And Martasaurus is narrowly going to escape that fight as well. But they do get that Gold Fury for free, giving them those only ways.
Yeah, Gold Fury going down. You don't trade any kills for it or anything. I mean, that's just a great trade for Ice Age. And their gold lead just continues to climb. At this point, just over 3K, about to reach 4. I mean, they're in such a commanding position. Still relatively early in the game. I mean, we're reaching a midpoint of the game, and they're doing an excellent job of farming.
Typhoon down on Susano. Bakasura barely lives. Susano misses the 3. Goes down to Baba Yaga's home sweet home. Odin Cage down. Dueling Dragons was down as well. And the Flaming Tanuki's off to leave that fight. But Herc doesn't care. He's going to try to pull him back in. And that's Beads and Aegis out of the Yu Huang.
That was a massive pull for Jaeger. I mean, that's as perfect as it gets.
A late Beads into the Aegis as well.
Yeah, I mean, Hercules is not a god you can sleep on. You know he will one-shot you with the knockup pull into the excavate. I completely respect the Beads Aegis there.
And definitely knowing that his banish was down at that point as well.
Yeah.
I say just showing up in this early game. Just as hard as you would expect this kind of team comp. Herc pluck. Couldn't get the dash off in time. Yu Huang banish is down now. Herc dashes straight into Atlas, canceling his pull. Atlas ult goes down. Atlas goes down to Rama as well. This looks like it's going to be free mid T2 as well, going into the 20-minute mark.
Yeah, I see kind of just doing whatever they want. Just not a whole lot of a response from the Tanuki. It seems like they're very split up at the moment.
Typhoon down on Susano. Odin comes into the back. Dueling Dragons down as well, not securing any kills. Ymir is super low. And Rama's about half alongside Herc. And Bakasura is healing up on those side cams. It looks like they might be opting for this T2 and left as well. They're not done with their rampage. Catch out Marty, who ults, but he doesn't seem like he's going to be able to escape this. Ends up going down to Bakasura. Baka goes down to Yu Huang, Astral Barrage down, Odin ult down, Phantom Shell out, Odin is trying to hunt down. There goes Ymir as well. A 2-for-2 trade. But Susano doesn't want to give up there either.
Yeah, the
Still
engagement
hunting them down.
the engagement coming out from Flaming Tanuki is actually perfect. I mean, that's just as great as clean as you can get, and we're still running it down right now. They're still really trying to chase that arc and catch him. I don't think they will be able to, but
The Baba Yaga should be out from this fight there. If I'm the Flaming Tanukis, I would do the same thing that the Ice Age was doing. They have their minion wave pushed up at that T2. They know that the remaining 3 are relatively low, or just not in the equation, so they should probably go for that T2 over and left as well. Seems like that might be what they're opting to do with Herc just standing by. But nope, he's backing instead. Nope, and they decide to back off, hovering around the gold fairy. They do see Rama in mid lane. Slowly pushing up that mid wave. I'm wondering what they're thinking.
despite that good fight that they just had, they're still down quite a lot. You know, about the 3.5 levels in the jungle. I mean, 2 in support, 2 in solo. I mean, it's still very farm heavy kind of spot for Snoopy to be in.
They end up catching out Rama as well and
snap.
taking that kill.
That was interesting positioning on Seth's part. I don't know what he was doing all the way up there.
It looked like he was trying to push down that mid Phoenix and hopefully get it there in that fight. While they were distracted, but they caught on to him.
Yeah, not exactly the best play that Seth could have made there under Rom. And he does get picked and punished for it, so.
If they can secure the shutdown bonus on this Herc, which honestly isn't too big, it might still just be enough to help put them back in the game all the way. But they need to stay on top of these objectives as well.
Yeah, right now, as far as like kill bounties go, there's nobody on any side of the map other than Brit that's like that has enough to be worth hunting them down.
Yeah.
Oh, I say that Captain goes down as well.
Marty takes that Cactus. Cactus goes down as well. Herc is super low. Atlas ult down. Baka's backing up.
It should be
The
a dead
unkillable
victory.
god.
Okay, or not, or he just continues to run away because he's incredibly mobile.
The unkillable god narrowly escapes, but Seth goes down. Marty ult down as well, but they're super low for the dual lane. Atlas is still there, but looks like he's gonna go down to home sweet home alongside Marticoras. But Baba Yaga dies to Kingston as well. Bird Bomb takes them out. Narrowly a deicide. I'm not sure if they'd killed the Ymir, but Herc does make it out of there alive at 1 HP.
That was just the fights right now are so split up. It looks like there's no real focus on the target here for either team.
It looks to me like it's just an all-out brawl, just a new type of arena game mode that they're coming up with on their own. And this Herc is just living up to his name, not caring about anything in the world.
Yeah, I mean, wow, what a big dip in the experience and gold difference. And that fight was just perfect for Tanuki to get back into this game. I mean, they were down, what, 4 or 5k?
About 5k gold.
Yeah, 5k gold and like just about 6, 7k
5 levels
experience.
each roll almost.
Yeah, and I mean, they're basically back in this game now.
With the highest level deficit being 2, being that Susano and the Atlas. Yu Hong still has his shutdown bonus of 5 kills and that 1 level lead. And Marty's basically made it back on level as well. This game could go out either way, but with the way the Chinukis are playing this game right now, it definitely seems like it might end up being theirs.
Yeah, they're doing a very good job of just making sure they're still in it.
Fight going down over in the Fire Giant. A lot of damage being dumped on Ice
Great
Age.
cage.
Odin ult goes down. We got 4 collapse on a Herc in the back, but he just doesn't care. He's taking absolutely no damage from them. Marty's half HP as well. A lot of both teams are super low. Baka does secure the kill on Cactus. We have Odin going deep into the back line. Atlas ult down. They are all extremely low for the Ice Age. Flaming Tanuki is relatively healthy compared. Herc it looks like they're going to be opting to take out of this fight now. Flaming Tanukis might be going to that Fire Giant here.
Yeah, that's the appropriate call. I mean, you just want a huge team fight. And, Fire Giant should just be free now, unless the only person that can really step up right now is Art. And I don't think he really wants to.
Marty doesn't have crit, but they do have a lot of burst damage from both him and the Hugh Hong. We do have the Baba hovering around, but she gets caged out, but she's narrowly able to get it in as well. And Ice Age steals the Fire Giant with Excavate. And they're not done there either. Or maybe they are.
Okay, we are still in stasis mode, because, spectator mode is great.
Who doesn't love spectator mode, right? I'm willing to bet anything right now. Kirk is gonna... Oh, it's too late. He gets pulled instead. Baba secures the kill on Kingston. Cactus goes down to Herc as well. We have an extremely low Flaming Tanuki's team here and a Fire Giant fueled Ice Age team. We have Minion Wave slightly pushed up over in the right lane. This might be a good time to siege that Phoenix, but Herc is getting caught out. Typhoon goes down on Susano, beats out on Martichoris. Martichoris goes down to Baba Yaga. Herc is still just running at him, not even caring. Hits the pull. Susano narrowly gets out of it with his 3. But this is going to be a dead T2 tower over in the right lane.
I just want to say, alright, Jaeger ate an entire Susano combo plus Typhoon, and his health bar did not move, like, at all.
Hercules things.
Yeah, actually just Hercules things.
He will outbox you, and he will outheal you, and he just won't care. We have Rama split pushing in mid. Long is going to try to push him off of it. He decided to tank the Phoenix, so...
He does get it, I mean, for free.
He almost kills you wrong there, too. If he decided to body block that, he was dead. But he dies anyways. Cactus goes down. And they lied. Hugh Wong launches Dueling Dragon in the background. The Marty Chorus ended up dying. Atlas kills... That looks like Raptor to me. Big fight going on for this Titan Siege. And Flaming Tanuki are going to live for another day here, just narrowly escaping the end of the game.
Yeah, at this point in the game, Ice Age, with that giant Fire Giant steal, I mean, there's such a commanding position right now. And great wall coming up from Captain.
Being able to secure 2 Phoenixes as well as steal that Fire Giant away after losing that fight. Just a massive difference for this team. They're going to be going for this Gold Fury as well. That looks like it's primal. We have Herc just doing Herc things in the back yet again.
Looks like some Tanukis actually want to fight this out.
If I was the Tanukis, I would as well. But with that Fire Giant buff, their time's limited to be able to get this fight underway. Because Rama's just sustaining alongside Baba Yaga, but we do have Captain going down to Obama. Odin Cage out, Astral Barrage down, Dueling Dragons down as well, waiting for Rama to come down. He narrowly lives. Baba Yaga secures the kill on Obama. Rama is still in this fight, but he might go down to Typhoon on Susano. Nope. He kills Susano under tower. Herc Excavate goes down and narrowly misses. Flaming Tanuki started out playing this extremely well and just started throwing their game away. Slowly. Power diving from Susano as well as over pushing and overextending in that fight. This might just be game here for the Ice Age team.
Yeah, they chased way too far into that T2 Phoenix or T2 Tower, and they got really punished for it. And that's just the tanks alive to try and defend this Titan. It's already just about half HP. I mean,
Baka just melts that tower, that Titan. He just doesn't care about what's happening. Alongside Herc being able to throw everyone around.
Yeah, this game,
and we have Rama coming in as well. That is as good as game right there. That is the end of game 1.
Ice Age takes it very cleanly, all things considered. I mean,
10
Jaeger was unchecked. Raptor was kind of going in and being able to clean up. Arc 5, I don't think anybody looked at him past, 10 minutes.
It was a 10k gold lead with a 4 kill difference. And I say the biggest difference was ISH was able to take so many objectives uncontested and even able to steal that fire giant at that 27, 25-minute mark.
Yeah.
In total, Flaming Tanukis had only one objective, while Ice Age took around 5 or 4 of them in total.
It's really well played from Ice Age.
They abused that Baka coming into that early game as well as that late game, just being able to melt down anything in his path. The Ymir was a little shaky, but the walls were on point from time to time as well. We do see the damage here with the ADC leading. The Baba Yaga didn't perform as well as I thought it would in terms of damage, but being able to force that Fire Giant secure alongside the Herc was a big play of that game, and that's definitely what secured him this win.
I mean, yeah, even though she didn't have the the flashiest numbers, she still did more than enough. We got key picks at opportune times, and never fell behind despite Brit being on. I think it was like a 6-0 kill streak at the end of the game with a massive bounty. So I mean, the Arc played great overall, like throughout that entire game.
Both teams played really well. It's just that Ice Age came to win, and that's what they did.
Yeah, and I think with that we're gonna send it to a break and get ready for this next game too.
used to be solid, not falling apart. Things never not okay when you were mine. You used to be honest, not pulling my heartstrings. Every other day you change your mind. Cause when you're high, you call me like I'm lonely. Some kind of little toy for you to wind up when you land in bed and feeling lonely. I'm tired of being deployed like that. Getting busier and busier, so disorientated. First you want me, then you're busy. Girl, it's not that complicated. Got me tied up in a leash and running, going round, round. You got me running in a circle. I'm just trying to find my way back to you. What happened to us? Round in a circle. Back where I started, I'm stuck here like glue. You keep me on a loop. I'm just trying to find my way back to you. What happened to us? Round in a circle. Back where I started, I'm stuck here like glue. You keep me on loop. I used to respect you, thought I was enough. Yeah, feels like half a century ago. Guess you keep coming back after telling me off, without even feeling sorry between goodbye and hello again. Thought we could grow again, how about no again, again and again. I'm trying to tell you we can't be friends, struggling to comprehend that we broke up and ended again and again and again. And I'm getting busier and busier, so disorientated. First you want me, then you're busy. Girl, it's not that complicated. Got me tied up in a leash and running, round, round. You got me running in a circle. I'm just trying to find my way back to you. What happened to us? Round in a circle. Back where I started, I'm stuck here like glue. You keep me on a loop. I'm just trying to find my way back to you. What happened to us? Round in a circle. Back where I started, I'm stuck here like glue. You keep me on loop. Yeah, when you're high, you call me like I'm lonely. Some kind of little toy for you to wind up when you're lying in bed and feeling lonely. I'm tired of being deployed like all I am to you is a pet. You think you own me? I'm nothing but a boy for you to wind up when you wanna pretend to get to know me. You got me running in a circle. I'm just trying to find my way back to you. What happened to us? Round in a circle. Back where I started, I'm stuck here like glue. You keep me on a loop. I'm just trying to find my way back to you. What happened to us? Round in a circle. Back where I started, I'm stuck here like glue. You keep me on loop.
Welcome back to Ice Age versus Flaming Tanukis round 2 with my co-host Kanade.
Hello, hello. Yeah, we're getting into this next set of picks and bans. I mean, Ice Age looked really good in that first game. You know, took it relatively cleanly.
What are some of the bans you would like to see Flaming Tanuki going against his Ice Age team? Or
Oh,
would you like
you
to
got
keep the same?
you got to get this Hercules away. You cannot give it back to Jaeger. This god brings so much to every team fight, and yeah, he's actually unstoppable.
Coming to the first ban, we do have that Bakasura being taken out alongside the Circuit. How do you feel about the Bakasura ban?
I think the Boxer ban was interesting. Not to say that Raptor played it bad or anything, but I, I think the Boxer would have been fine if they had left it open. And we see the Hercules ban coming out from the Tanukis.
Seems like Ice Age is going for the same bans relatively here, banning out that Circuit and Terra. And the Tanukis are just taking away as much as they can from Ice Age after that last game. And we do have the CERN returning to the bans for the Flaming Tanukis, not wanting to give Ice Age that pickup.
Yeah, I mean, all these bands so far are relatively really strong. I mean, you know, Jaeger and Raptor did good enough to to get their gods banned. So it's interesting to see where they're gonna go with this next one. Notably, Vamana is still open, as is Guan for the solo lane to the probably strongest, probably the second and third strongest solo laners in the game at the moment. So I mean, definitely viable options. You see Ice Age holding on to their last ban, trying to decide what they want to do here.
Going ahead and going with the ban on that Agni once again. We have Vamana being hovered and locked in by Flaming Tanukis. He's received so many buffs over the years on that ultimate as well as nerfs, but right now is extremely good. Is an extremely good ability, having so many stacked passives on top of that ult. And we do have
Yeah.
Merlin and Guan Yu being locked in as well. And as you were saying, Kanade?
Oh, I was gonna say, yeah, the Guan Yu into the Vamana matchup usually favors Guan Yu in lane. Just because he can trade with the Vamana while also clearing wave at the same time. Vamana's clear is a bit iffy up until he gets the Golden Blade online. So you throughout the, like the first about 5 minutes of the game, uh, Jaeger should be doing just fine in lane into this matchup. But as the game gets later, this Vamana is going to be a beast to deal with.
As I was saying, over the years, they've slowly started to add more and more to that Vamana ultimate, giving him about 40 protections each and a ton of power alongside the lifesteal and the shield passive that he has. The CC immunity and the ability to go through walls, just having that one pick makes it extremely difficult to lock him down, as well as the entire enemy team that they could pick just around this Vamana.
Now they do have a Merlin, so Maui. Wow, we haven't seen a whole lot of Maui since the end of last year.
At the start of this season, he was very prominent, but we haven't seen a whole lot due to the bugs that he had. With the banish, if any banish would hit while he had a target hooked, it would remove his hook from the game until he died.
I
We
do
have
remember that.
Morgan. No one picked him because of that, but at the same time, no one picked him because there was also better picks alongside of him. And we do have Morgan Le Fay being locked in and a Nemesis hover here. And locked in on the Nemesis. What do you think about that?
Nemesis into Vamana is actually surprisingly good matchup for her. It's still gonna be very hard to trade Vamana, but at least if you if you put the ult on him, he'll be a lot easier to burn, especially if you pair that with something like a Sunder. The Vamana should basically just kind of insta die even in the Colossal Fury.
We have the Susano ban. It looks like Ashley doesn't want to see that Susano be picked up again. How do you feel about that? Because I personally didn't think he did too well on that Susano pick, being easily picked out from every target. But with the Ice Age team comp, it might be a little bit better to go into there.
Yeah, I mean the Susano just brings so much. Even if you're not playing great, the threat of you being there and being able to insta kill basically anybody, yeah, any backliner makes him so threatening. Even if like I said, even if he is like decently behind and not playing his greatest, but it's just Susano as a god.
We do have Rama being locked in here alongside Thor and Ganesh being banned out. I'm wondering what the Flaming Tanukis are thinking with that final ban there.
The Ganesha ban is interesting. I don't really know what it does for Ice Age. I don't know if it definitely doesn't seem like that's the kind of god they would look to play anyway. Ice Age really loves to run it down, and I don't really, from what I've seen of them, they don't really like to play this PO heavy support kind of style.
Definitely interested to see what the last pick for Ice Age is going to be. Before we get to that, we have to see what Flaming Tanuki is going to be picking up here. They're a really solid early game and mid game comp, hovering over the Chong God. That is probably going to be a Chonga solo and from Mana Jungle here. And Don Zerbero being hovered and locked in for that ADC role. What are your thoughts about this team comp for Flaming Tanukis?
This Tanuki's comp is kind of odd. I'm not gonna lie. Vamana and Chang'e can both be played in the jungle relatively fine. I think Vamana definitely makes more sense going there though. Um, yeah, it's really weird. They don't have like a clear, uh, how do I say, a clear engagement outside of Maui ult.
And
And going against the
Yamoja.
Emoji as well. I don't think this comp for the Flaming Tanukis is gonna be great. If I'm not gonna lie.
They have a lot of burst. The main problem is so does the Ice Age team. And they have a lot more secure for their burst as well with that Guan and the Yamoja.
Yeah, they have to go on. They have the Emoja. They have excellent objective burn with the Merlin. Nemesis basically hard counters a good bit of their composition on the side of Tanukis. It looks like the game plan for Ice Age is a lot more clear and concise than what it is for the Tanukis.
Mm, I'm gonna say this game is heavily in the favor of Ice Age here. As long as they can play it relatively well coming into the mid game and get that Merlin's damage alongside that Rama's damage online, they're gonna be just stomping coming to that late game. Same way they did before.
I think it's gonna be very dependent on where this Chang'e goes. If she goes to solo, she's gonna be a lot tankier. Let me rephrase. She should be a lot tankier. Uh,
A
but
lot of the
doesn't really bring a whole lot outside of the ultimate.
Chonga solos I've seen this season have just been building that full damage burst and bolting and just kitting on whoever they see first. Be what their plan is with this Chonga here.
That's basically what I've seen as well. For the most part, also, I don't think that's really the best route for her though, because like if you're doing that, your whole job is to find one person, delete them, but you're usually not going to live through that yourself. So it basically just turns to a one for one. For the majority of the time. And I mean, unless you're like focusing this Rom or Merlin and getting one of these two out of the game, I mean, it's such a rough pick to play. Even laning phase, it's not like the greatest.
It's definitely gonna be a rough matchup for the laning phase for this Chonga. She does have innate anti-heal as well as sustain and the CC immunity for the Guanol, so she should be fine just sitting in that lane. But if she ganked by the Nem while any of those abilities are on cooldown, she's just dead with no extra mobility.
But on the other hand, though, the Vamana does have like a very strong early game. Like most warrior jungles do, they'll have a very strong early game, but they'll tend to fall off a little bit late game. Depending on where this Vamana goes, and it looks like they're gonna be going to the jungle. Um, he should be able to get looking to get active early. Yeah, looking at these, yeah, so it's gonna be Kingston under the Chang'e and solo lane, and going down that full damage path.
Definitely gonna be an interesting game for sure. Vamana has been played primarily in the jungle role this season, but he is just as strong in the solo lane as well.
I think if
So
we're gonna put Mana anywhere, it should be in the solo lane. This composition from Tanuki is just interesting. They don't really have any, like I said, they don't have any clear engagement outside of the Maui ultimate.
we have a weird little ADC fight going on over here between Dons and Rama, just poking each other out.
A lot of nothing going on. Oh, there's no way.
A lot of damage being dumped onto the Rama there. It seems like that's what they came to do, and that's what they got.
They don't get much out of it. They do get some pots early out of Seth though. So I mean, maybe it was worth it. I guess we'll just see. Yeah, we'll see how how the landing phase goes. But
Seems like we have a pause here coming.
okay.
Okay, we're gonna restarting this game here, and we're gonna cut to a break real quick. So we'll be right back.
down, feel the ticking in my ears. No, is it near the end? Fade out till I disappear. No, 'cause look the other way, you meet you face to face. Words they float away when I'm losing the race. 'Cause I can't play this game. 'Cause I'm still afraid the things you say, hiding numbers to my days. What if you doubt yourself? Things will never be the same.
And after that brief intermission, we are back into the Ice Age vs Tanukis round 2.
Yeah, so with that reset, due to a banned skin from a don't want to say who, Chang'e, we're back into this.
Curious Critter is a banned skin, apparently. Unbeknownst to me. Looks like Obama is wanting to do what he tried to do initially, but Ice Age is coming around full swing. They're ready for it this time, so he's not going to be able to get all that free poke, which is extremely unfortunate for him.
In fact, it looks like he's eating a little bit of poke from Yamoja. I mean, it's not a lot to cry about, but I mean,
They were off to such a great start last game as well. That restart kind of just messed them up.
I'm
still
all for
trying to
Obama being aggressive. Sorry, go ahead.
He's still trying to get that poke, like you said. He's being as aggressive as he can.
I'm all for Obama getting aggressive, but I mean, you can't do the same thing back to back and expect to not get punished like you see here. I mean, it worked in the first time, but after the reset, they knew it was coming.
Lost about a little bit less than a quarter of his HP, I think, or maybe a little bit more. It has been taken back here a little bit. A little bit more than a quarter.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of it, it's not really a worthwhile trade for him. But regardless, it doesn't amount to a whole lot. He'll still be fine. He has the Leather's Cowl to sustain back up. So
it is that Vamana jungle. Going the same build as the Nemesis here at the start. Nem did opt to buy 2 wards in the early game. Instantly buying a sentry and a standard.
it makes you think that Raptors gonna look for early gang against this dual lane. You get the deward, you deward them, and then you go in for it, going for the gank. But he's gonna have no sustain here. He has to be really careful in this mid 2v2.
And none of the Flaming Tanuki's team has any wards here in the early game either, so he's not going to get that much value out of the sentry. And it looks like that early game fight didn't make a difference as Flaming Tanuki's takes that massive damage lead again.
Yeah, early game it's really hard to go into a Don lead. So much damage. It's just really hard to lock him down, or not to lock him, but to trade with him.
If he's able to hit at least 2 of the bags on you, or get point blank and hit all 3, you are basically as good as dead if he can secure any of the additional autos he needs.
Don's is a pretty big lane bully early in the game. That's being shown right now.
Especially going against the Rama in the early game, he doesn't have as good as clear as Dawn. You have Nemesis trying to gank the dual lane, and Don's is going to be dropping that taunt to save himself there. And then narrowly escapes the free tower shot as well. That's very unfortunate that he hit that and couldn't get it under that tower.
Yeah, I think if he got that tower shot, he would have just gotten the kill there. Yeah, if Obama had turned around and looked at him. So I mean, overall, not the worst shit ever. Nothing really happened, and Ice Age does get control over the shield buff.
What are your thoughts coming into this game so far?
So far, I really like the aggression that's coming out from Raptor so far. I mean, really early getting a good game off. They're see a good pull coming in as well. But yeah, the aggression being shown by Tanukis is exactly where what I want them to be doing. Or not Tanukis, my stage is what they need to be doing here.
Ooh, getting awfully close. And that Bastion's gonna narrowly save him there from the first blood.
Yeah, I mean, Obama is just such an aggressive ADC. He always runs it down whenever, as soon as the option is presented. So I mean, this is just completely normal for him.
Big gank over in the solo side of the map. Massive damage coming out for that Guan and the Nemesis. Chonga's is another prominent solo laner as well. Not having any way to cancel Guan's clear, but she is capable of out clearing him and out poking him as well. Massive fight in the dual lane. Taunt on Yamoja. She's gonna go down, and so is the Tanuki. First blood for Maui. Very unfortunate that the Dawn's gonna get that first blood as well.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. This duel is just going so aggressive. I mean, it was bound to happen eventually. And at the very least for both teams, it is the supports that pick up the kills.
And he ends up securing the kill on the Rama, putting himself up there. 2-0 on the Maui support.
I mean, yeah, Maui does a lot of damage, right? Like, I mean, yeah, this is a great ult from coming in from Gangster. I mean, really easy right there as well. I mean, Seth had no mana, had no HP to his name. Just easy kill for him.
Indeed. Flaming Tanuki's coming out swinging in this game.
Yeah, definitely trying to extend this set out. Make sure that they don't get 3-0 so far. I mean, if this game so far is any indication, we're in for another back and forth haymaker kind of a game.
Massive damage over in solo lane. Chonga might be opting to back here. I'm not sure what the Dons is doing. He got himself out before he swapped over to the solo lane. He could have died there, but catches the Rama's dash with Maui's hook. Dons comes in. He's gonna get taunted. That's his beads. Mojo's ult, Don's ult goes down. But it doesn't seem like he goes anywhere with it.
And Obama's completely out of mana here. I mean, this should just be such a good fight for Ice Age if they want to take it.
He's still just not letting up. He gets that taunt off, just not enough range in his autos to be able to secure that kill.
Obama's playing so aggressive here. We see another blue buff evade coming in on the solo side.
There isn't much the Nemesis and the Guan can do here. They have so much high power damage coming out of the Chonga and the Mom. It looks like Guan might go down here, but he ults out. And he's gonna narrowly live that.
He does get out just fine, and he does secure his blue buff this time.
Definitely, the shoe was on the wrong foot here for the Ice Age team, having less early game presence and more of the mid to late game. And the Tanuki secures another kill on Rama, his first kill of the game.
This is not starting out the way you want it to if you're Ice Age. I mean, you know, Obama's a very aggressive player. You know, he's gonna try to run it down. I mean, there has to be more of a presence here from Raptor.
I mean, with Ice Age, they drafted a more mid to late game heavy team comp. Only major early game damage is going to be that Guan and that Nem. But both are falling behind extremely badly here. Nem is keeping her level lead, but the Guan is falling behind against this Chang'e. While the Nem is constantly trying to help him get that blue buff over in solo lane.
Yeah, okay, sorry.
If I'm the Nem here, I'll probably ditch that solo lane and try to force any other lane I can.
Yeah, you know Jaeger it shouldn't get soloed by Kingston. We see the ultimate coming from Don's
Astral Barrage goes down. Don's ult. Amadesh should be back up. But he goes down anyways. Another kill for Obama in this dual lane. This Nemesis is coming over though. And she It's not gonna be a shutdown, but she does get the kill, stopping his rampage for a little bit longer.
Yeah, Seth has to respect the damage. I mean, there's just nothing else that he can do here.
The same thing isn't gonna happen as it did in the last game where that Rama was able to just walk at people.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot more controlled now. He's being kept under lock, not being able to farm for free.
Like with the Marty, he knew what he was going to, he knew what to expect, but with his Dons, I'm not quite sure what he expected to come into this lane with. He probably picked the Rama as a comfort pick. We have Chang'e ult down, Guan is extremely low, and Yamoja ults near. That ult shouldn't have been used there. He probably would have been out alive as well. But a little bit of extra safety doesn't hurt anybody. Chang'e's looking to invade, but that buff's already secured, and she's gonna opt to back up here.
Yeah, I really like how he's playing this right now. It's super aggressive again. Just like the entire draft for Tanuki is so aggressive and so run it down.
I think what they're trying to do here is stop them from getting to that mid to late game setting, and that's their only hope of winning this game here. Because once that late game comes on, the Merlin's going to be dishing out a massive amount of damage, as well as the Nemesis and the Rama.
Getting there will be the hard part, though. I mean, if Tanukis can drag this game out to about 20 minutes and still have a lead, and still have like a decent lead, they'll be in a prime position to win this, to take this game.
If they can get within 20 minutes, they will easily be able to win this game. But that is unfortunate. She dashed for the wrong one.
Those money or leaves, or I guess in this case for just dollars. I mean, it's really hard to track them even now. I mean, it's not as bad as when Danzo first came out. It's just really hard to recognize which one was which. But I mean, it was still enough to confuse Raptor right there.
Definitely a comfort pick for Obama, I'm guessing, here with that Tanuki. Being able to just easily evade the Nemesis gank. Even though he was pushed up all the way at the T1 tower. And he's right back there again, not even caring that the Nem is still in that jungle. We just see how hard his autos are slapping Rama compared to Rama's. He's pushing. There's goes down Guan Yu once again using his ultimate. Beads down on Don Saburo. He was being punished for pushing into that tower. Astral Barrage. He misses all of those projectiles.
No.
Looks like he's gonna narrowly live. Nem is tower diving, hoping for the kill, and narrowly gets it. She barely secures the kill there.
That could have been rough. I mean, the Astral Barrage was actually the cleanest. But I mean, he did land one shot, and that was probably the difference maker right there between the killer and getting that kill or not.
And they really do need this kill over in that dual lane. Having lost their solo lane once again, they need to try to make up the gold deficit they're starting the game. About 4k gold difference, and it's only 5-3 at 10 minutes in.
Yeah, Tanukis are farming so effectively right now, and the aggression being shown from basically all lanes is just really putting pressure on Ice Age.
I'm really looking at maybe the Tanukis are going to be going for this gold here pretty soon. Vom is hovering around it, and they're in prime position to be able to force an ambush or a gank on there. Chang'e's getting out positioned, already half HP. Her immunity's down. Done by Guanol. She goes down to Guan Yu. Guan Yu's Taotless Assault there.
Yeah, it's just Kingston getting overzealous. I mean, he does have a lot of damage, but I mean, you can't just walk up to a Guan Yu and expect nothing to happen.
He's getting so used to being able to get that blue buff for free because his jungle was there that he probably didn't expect that Nemesis to actually be there for that blue buff. And there we see the little bomb flying all the way to the fountain.
Doesn't quite get there.
Narrowly misses that fountain dive. But if I'm the Tanukis, seeing that Rama back, I probably would have gone straight to that Gold Fury and try to force that fight on that objective there. They do take the tower, and it looks like they're falling towards the Gold Fury here. Nem might get caught out. That's both her dashes down. She gets taunted and knocked up. Maui ult down, blocking off the Yamoja, and she goes down to Danzaburo. Vom is on a rampage, running at him, going to the Yamoja wall, but they're going back to Gold Fury here. Merlin and Morgan are just doing mid things over there in that lane. They want nothing to do with this Gold Fury.
Those are just farming their lives up, you know, just trying to get to that late game where they can actually make an impact.
They're just catching up. How long has it been since they've seen each other? A couple million years.
I'll be able to lane. As I say that,
Tanuki secure the Gold Fury, and Vamana is going in. Thunder is down on Vom. He gets stunned by Emoji, and he's barely going to live. Dons doesn't want to stop there. He's still running at him, and now he's just backing up for that shield buff. This Dons is playing extremely aggressive, even though he has 0 mana to work with. He just doesn't care.
that's just how Obama is. I mean, he'll just run it down every chance he gets. I mean, and it's being shown.
He's the embodiment of, you have autos, don't you?
Yeah, honestly.
Chonga already took that T1 tower after losing her life trying to secure another blue buff. Nem is hovering mid. Doesn't look like she wants to gank. And Dawn's is still just pushing up that duo lane.
I think might finally be slowing down just a little bit. And I say that, you see Obama once again with no mana running at Seth.
He just doesn't care. Chonga getting caught out once again. This time Merlin and Yamoja are on her alongside Nemesis. She's gonna just walk out of there alive for free again. Not sure if she got the blue buff there. And I'm not sure if that invade attempt was worth it either. But as long as she gets out of there alive and doesn't put her team in any disadvantage, it's still gonna be good for the Flaming Tanukis.
Yeah, she got out alive, but it cost her Aegis.
Does that say 38k for the gold difference? Or for the gold?
It's about 4,000 gold lead right now for
It's about the same gold difference here for Tanukis. Gold lead, big Maui ult down. Tanuki catches on ult down for Danzaburo. Moja's gonna live alongside her ult being dropped. Massive damage out of that Merlin on the Dons. I don't know why that looked like an Ishtar.
Yeah, Tanuki be just running around with full confidence and whatever they want. I said she doesn't really have much of a response for it.
Dons is still just in mid, poking them down, forcing them as low as he possibly can. And they're gonna get another free objective here, being that Pyromancer. Now that they have access to that bomb, they could easily push down this mid lane. Dons gets caught out once again, but he still doesn't care, going back in.
He's dashing into them.
And he's gonna go down to Merlin there.
Okay, okay, Obama. All right.
We understand that you're an aggressive ADC, but there's a fine line between feeding and playing the game.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. If he gets stepped on it like that, he's just gonna get punished every time. I mean, Obama has to realize he is a win. He is probably the win condition for the Tanukis. Him going down is not gonna do any benefit. You can tell that by the lead he had in duo is now basically gone.
Heavy chase over on the Rama. Astral Barrage goes down. Loss of Fury is also down. Nemesis is in there doing massive damage to Vamana. Yamoja is going to pull out the Rama. Vom is still in this fight, throwing his disc. Both teams have one extremely low player, but they're going to opt back out of this fight altogether.
Yeah, that was an excellent play from Seth. I mean, managed to get out of there alive somehow as well. No, that went to the Astral Barrage at the perfect time. It did cost him speed, but I mean, he lived at the end of it.
That Gold Fury is about to spawn here. Dons is back up and playing just as aggressive as ever, running it down this dual lane side again. Ulting.
There's no way. Okay, he wanted to use it. Alright. It looks like Obama's like starting to learn to hold back just a little bit. Doesn't dive into 5 of them.
It looks like he's just trying to have fun in this game. And he goes down once again to Merlin there. His overconfidence is turning out to be the very end of him in this game.
Oh, the River's Rebuke comes up. It's huge. It catches Chang'e out. Looks like she might go down here.
Chang'e goes down to Merlin. Nemesis ult down on the Maui. They're chasing him down. Big prot shreds for Maui. Big Maui ult as well. Maui does go down. Merlin's damage is too much for Vamana, and Morgan Le Fay uses ult but has to leave. There's gonna be a free gold period for the Ice Age team.
And yeah, that massive 4K goal lead that the Tanukis had basically went away, and at the cost of Obama. I mean, your ADC simply just can't be pushing up into 5 of them, and he gets punished, and at that point it just snowballs into Ice Age's favor. I mean,
There was so many things that the Ice Age, that the Flaming Tanukis could have done in that fight differently, starting with Obama not wasting that ultimate, trying to secure the kill on the ADC, and then just opting out of it altogether. If he had full committed on that, he would have been just fine because his team was right behind him.
yeah, instead he just hangs out, he just stays up there by himself, gets taken out, and you know, it's a big break for Ice Age. Really needed it. This game was quickly kind of getting out of control for them.
The problem is now Ice Age is coming to that mid game where that Merlin's going to start burning everything in its path, and Rama already has both Executioner and Keen Size. He's going to start melting tanks extremely fast as well as towers. And that Guan Yu is super tanky as well.
Yeah, we've not reached the critical part of where this Chaga's kind of going to fall off a little bit. Didn't get as much value as I think they wanted. As much value as I think they were hoping to get out of it. And now
There's gonna be a massive time difference between when this Chang'e is gonna be back online compared to now. We have Obama just running it down again, trying to ult and die.
And he does lose this one.
I don't think he ever backed after the. No, it wasn't even a fight. I really wonder what happened to that dual lane.
I think he just tried to take a fight that he couldn't win. He's an item behind. I think
He's already. He's 2 levels behind. He's about half an item ahead, almost.
Yeah.
But being that 2-level deficit, especially against a Rama, who mainly comes from auto attack steroids, there's not much he's gonna be able to do against that Rama with that deficit.
Yeah, there's only so much egoing you could try and do, and I mean, if Obama keeps playing like this, he's gonna cost his team at this game. They had such a commanding lead, and it's kind of just gone by the wayside now. And you see the Ice Age now is a 2,000, about a 1,500 gold lead.
It's definitely gonna be a hard game for Flaming Tanukis to come back with. Completely losing their lead already, isn't it? Or are they? I can't even see what their gold is.
Yeah, they're behind now. They're down by about 1,500 gold.
They've already lost every lead they've had. The only player that they haven't lost a life to is that Morgan Le Fay, so that might be their only hope coming into the mid game. A missed Maui ult. Morgan is half. Vamana is that Vamana? I can't see what's going on anymore. Oh my god, so much is happening. Chang'e, Astral Barrage down. Vamana is extremely low on the back, but he's not going to secure that kill. Morgan Le Fay is half HP alongside Chang'e. This is just going to be a free mid tower, and they're still trying to defend it. Blink on the Guan Yu going into the back line. Howlin' Assault, prot shredding the Maui alongside the Chang'e. We do have Nem backing up to secure some of these buffs that the team has. We have Obama back in the left lane. Taking out that T2. He could very well push that Phoenix and have taken it. But he opts to stop there.
The cavalry charge coming into the tower.
Big stun onto the Morgan Le Fay, forcing her out of the fight. A lot of damage in the backline though. Vamana is gonna go down. Morgan Le Fay secures the kill on Captives. Vamana lives, Emoja ult going out. Ice Age is extremely low and Obama secures another kill. They're chasing this down the mid lane. The fight has completely turned once Obama came into this.
Yeah, Ice Age just stayed there way too long in that mid lane. I mean, they were getting poked out the entire time. Unless it's gonna be a Fire Giant call for the Tanukis. And this should just be a free Fire Giant.
I think overextended that fight way too much, allowing Obama to be able to take that free T2, as well as back in time to join up on this fight and make it a 5v4 instead. And that is a free Fire Giant for the Tanukis. But Obama is overstaying his welcome once again. It seems like he might have learned from his mistakes though.
Yeah, he's not gonna get punished for it this time. He's not gonna try to run it down into them. So I mean,
It's gonna be a free
he's
goal.
adapting.
It's gonna be a free gold for Isaac as well. That looks to be Oni. And Obama is pushing up on that left side again, and he's gonna get collapsed on. Cavalry charge down, stunned onto the Obama, beats out on Obama as well. It looks like he's barely gonna live, thanks to the Maui. Maybe he didn't learn from his mistakes, but he's just getting super lucky here.
Yeah, they cost him his beads. Massive cooldown for him. Notably, he's level 19 and he still has a wing charge.
Maybe it's the new tech. Maybe it's the new strat.
It's a tech. It's a tech. Yeah, it's a tech.
We're giving the benefit of the doubt. We need to move fast to be able to run it down mid.
All right, I'm not gonna
dual.
lie. I was playing the game yesterday, and we had a Danto who did the exact same thing, and he went like I think he went like 1 in 15. So I mean, this is if it's a tech, I don't know, but
Maybe it was Obama in disguise, and we'll never know.
I guess we'll never know. I mean, I don't know. I don't know why he hasn't gotten the second relic yet. Maybe he just values that wing charge just a little bit more, but
I can definitely see the valuing of that wing shard, but he's not going to be outrunning anyone. And Kingston goes down to Seth. Big Thunder hitting Bomana as well as Morgan Le Fay. Cavalry charge stuns 2 in the back. Morgan Le Fay is going to be on 1 HP. Narrowly goes down to Yamoja. Vamana blink ults into Colossal Fury. Maui is still hovering around this fight, but Vamana gets sundered as well, taking massive amount of damage. And he's going to go down to Seth as well. That is the entire Fire Giant besides for Maui and this Danzaburo.
it seems like Obama just wants nothing to do with this team. I don't think I've seen him group up with them one time except for that Fire Giant.
It seems like there's a massive argument going on because they were pinging up there at Obama. If I saw it correctly, they were pinging Obama over in the duel lane. I'm not entirely sure why he was pushing that Phoenix, and they lose their right Phoenix instead. Maui's half HP Merlin chipping away at everyone in his path. And Obama goes down again, trying to ult the fight. He's really just costing him his game.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what these comms are like, but I mean, if you're or if you're Flaming Tanukis, not having your Danza there for your FG push is definitely not the play. And they lose it on everybody except for their Maui.
Yes, the support is able to utilize that FG, but without the additional power for the ADC or the mid laners to be able to focus down those towers, they're not going to be able to do much with it. All
I
he's
really
get out
hate
of it is that regen.
I really hate to say that, like, yeah, a player's costing somebody their team, but I mean,
That's just what it looks like here.
Yeah, Obama's actually kind of definitely looks like he's just inting his brains out at the moment. It's another commanding position or position that the Tanukis were in that they've kind of just lost now, and it puts Ice Age back in the seat.
We do see that he's still top damage though. But him going 4 and 7 isn't helping his team in any way. He's kept trying to push down that dual lane side. He still has his tower, but he has not been able to secure that Phoenix. Every time he's gone over there, he's been forced out by the Nem, or the only time that he should have stayed there, he backed up instead and won them the fight.
Yeah, if you're Tanukis, you all have to stay grouped up at this point. This is the point in the game where 5v5 matters a lot more than trying to take a 1v1.
He's not going to end up winning against the Rama in a 1v1, and definitely not going to win against that Nemesis. So River's Rebuke goes down and it traps Dons in there. He goes down to Seth as well. Obama goes down one more time. Big damage on Chang'e. She goes down to Nemesis. He might just gain. Morgan Le Fay ult out, dealing massive damage, but goes down to Seth as well. Guan Yu is just under that tower, not even caring.
This should just be
Colossal
game 2.
Fury down. Maui ult goes off, pulls 2 in. Guan Yu is still tanking that, but they're not going to be pushing here. It looks like they're a little scared of the Vamana and his crit, and they're going to opt to go for that safe call on the Fire Giant instead.
Yeah, I mean, there's no real reason to be afraid of the Vamana. You know the Colossal Fury was down. They're just going to play it really safe and just go for the Fire Giant, which again isn't a bad play either. So.
If I'm Flaming Zanukis here, there isn't too much you can really do besides yell out Obama.
If I'm Tanukas, I am yelling at Obama to get a second relic. We are 27 minutes in this game. He is level 20. Just about full build and still has the wing shard. I mean, this is just actively costing your team at the moment. He lives there if he has the Aegis in that the River's Rebuke that he just died in. I mean,
I don't think the
yeah,
Aegis would have saved him there. He was definitely dead, but having that additional relic to be able to mitigate more of the damage helps him stay in that fight just a little bit longer. He was out positioned and put himself in that position, so he was gonna die regardless there. But maybe if he got a little bit more poke off, he could have helped secure his team a little bit more kills. And we see here they're taking that tier 2 tower, and he was right behind them the entire time.
yeah. I mean, he's lucky for him. The Ice Age didn't notice it, or else I'm sure they would just 180 and went on him.
And that's a free primal for Ice Age as well. He
At this
still
point,
has to pick up that second relic either.
Your Titan is under
so he has to get it before the end of the game. Please tell me he gets it before the end of the game. The wing chart is not as valuable as your second relic. It's just not.
Past 15 minutes, the wing shard just falls off way too hard. Like everyone's gonna be outpacing you regardless of having that wing shard.
I
The
believe with this.
Nemesis,
I believe. Sorry, I was gonna say. I believe with the build that he has, or like 2.33 or something like that. It's very close to cap, and that extra damage that you're getting from the wing shard isn't really gonna make the difference between securing a kill or not. Your survivability will.
wing shard gives damage?
It gives attack speed.
I did not know that it gave attack speed. But
Yeah, it gives attack speed.
if that's the real reason he's keeping it. That isn't that good of a strategy there. He is going he is going an older crit build here. Going to that dominance alongside the 3 standard crit items. But instead of going Blood Torch, he goes into the Vivos. He should be doing a massive amount of damage, he's just not staying alive in these fights. Changa is taking a massive amount of poke, and that Phoenix is gonna go down any second now. Blessed Cactus dies there. Big cavalry charge. Obama is going off though. He's running with his little legs, running at that Guan Yu. He's gonna taunt him. Take out the Guan. River's Rebuke down. And Obama's gonna go down as well. There's 3 on this Titan, and that looks to be game with the Merlin being alive.
Yeah, that should just be game right there. Game 2 is gonna go to Ice Age.
Game 2 goes to Ice Age.
Oh, yeah, I mean...
He didn't end up buying a second relic, and that definitely cost him that end game fight. He could have lived a little longer and killed that Nemesis if he had that Aegis.
If I am the Tanukis, I'm not happy with the way that turned out. That game was going so well for them in the early, but you know when your ADC, who's like your big damage dealer, is running it down constantly, getting picked every single time, doesn't get a second relic. I mean,
Maybe he
that's
was
just
living up to the meme of 69. You never
actually
know.
was. I mean, yeah.
Staying with that wing shard was
How long was that game? It was what 27, 28 minutes, something like
about
that.
28 minutes.
Yeah,
And he
that's
still
that.
had
That's
that wing shard.
I don't think that maybe I'm being too harsh, but I don't think there's any excuse for that. There's no world where keeping your shard that long is the play.
He barely outdamaged Seth, but Seth still played that game a lot better than Obama did. There's definitely a lot of miscommunications going on, and something had aggravated him for sure. Or
Yeah,
maybe he just believed that he was able to do as much damage as he could. I'm not sure what he was thinking or what the comms were in that game, but they had that in the bag at the start of the game.
yeah, they're looking very good, but I mean, at the end of it, Ice Age takes it and they take a 2-0 lead in this set.
That's massive for Ice Age. One more game and they move on.
And yeah, I think with that, we're just gonna toss it to a quick break and get ready for this game 3 match point right now for Ice Age. Can they close it out?
Find out soon.
I know you want me. Something in the air. I know you want me. Something in the air. I know you want me.
I keep coming back like Jason. I can make them scream like Craven. Maybe I'ma snap like Batman. Let it face with us all, don't face them. Blade to the neck, no shaving. Pandora's box, damnation. The police can't save them. They always trip when you chase them. They always trip when you trip when you trip. They always trip when you chase them. They always trip when you trip when you trip. They always trip when you chase them. They always trip when you trip when you trip. They always trip when you chase them. They always trip when you trip when you chase them.
Do you wanna stay the night? Cause I don't wanna be alone. It's been weighing on my mind for too long, too long. Do you wanna save a life? Cause I just really need someone. I've been barely holding on, and I'm still running from my demons. I'm still hiding all my secrets, and I just need someone I believe in. Will you wait for me while I'm still healing? You know what to say every time I start to slip away, and I surrender, I surrender. There's no more falling down, I've hit the ground, so I surrender. And I surrender. There's no more falling down, I've hit the ground. You don't owe me anything, but I believe that you can show me all the things that I've been needing. I'm just hoping you give me a reason to go on. And I'm still running from my demons. I'm still hiding all my secrets, and I just need someone I believe in. Will you wait for me while I'm still healing? You know what to say every time I start to slip away, and I surrender, I surrender. There's no more falling down, I've hit the ground, so I surrender. And I surrender. There's no more falling down, I've hit the ground.
And with that, game 3 of the set of gaming Flaming Tanukis versus Ice Age comes to a close. Flaming Tanukis decided to forfeit, and so Ice Age will take a 3-0 sweep and will advance into the next round.
Yeah, I mean, I just can't believe that they forfeited after that. Yeah, I mean, Ice Age Ice Age overall played the first 2 games clean. I mean, game 2 was a bit rough in the early, but I mean, after some tactical inting, they were able to get back into it and just kind of ran away with it. So I mean, yeah, good job to Ice Age, and they're gonna go on to the finals.
Definitely a good job indeed. Ice Age serves this win there. They probably would have taken it in game 3 anyways, but definitely they did really well in the first 2 games. I would have loved to have seen some more come out of this game 3. Fortunately, that will not be the case.
Yeah, it's
What is
unfortunate no game 3 here, but I think there's a set later on today being casted.
7 o'clock, 7 o'clock EST, 4 PST.
Yeah, and that'll be the Tanukis versus Cyberpunk Otters Merlin division game. So make sure you pop up for that and you show your support to them.
For sure, go show your support to your fellow otters.
All right, and I think with that,